Well, Linda and I are out here in the middle of the prairie country in central Montana. In fact, if you put your finger on the map in the center of the state, you'd probably be covering up the spot where I'm standing. We're near Denton, Montana. But I found something out here that I thought you should have a look at. Take a look at this. Check this out. Great Northern, number 902. And look here on the front, or up here at this end, is a snowplow. Holy moly. Check this out. Two of them. This one here is still mounted. These would have been put on the front of a very powerful locomotive that would have pushed this. Wow. Because it does snow here. That's an understatement. Maybe some of you know what the car is that's associated with these snowplows. What did they haul in here? Each snowplow has a car like this associated with it. Was it for carrying more coal? Was it for carrying some kind of ballast? I don't know. But it goes with the snowplow because it says right there, snowplow. Oh my goodness, it's open. The car is open. And it's too dark to see. Oh, I got a flashlight. It's a mess in here though. I'm not going to be able to make it through. And my flashlight is, well, it's not too bad. It's full of, covered in bird droppings. Holy moly. I hear critters in here too. Oh, this is a mess. It is covered in droppings, thick or something. Who knows what the heck is in here? But I want to get to the other end here because I hope I don't get attacked by something. Because I see original velour seats up here and they're totally messed up. Oh, look at the ceiling. Still see the original windows up there. Wow. Oh, what a shame. Holy moly. Yeah, it's thick in guano. Here's the seats. Oh man. Boy, I want to get the heck out of here. Here's the bathroom on the left side up here. The kind that in the old days when I used to ride, there was a sign on the wall and it said, "Do not flush toilet in station," because the toilet dumped out on the tracks. Okay, I have to walk back through because the door on the other end is jammed shut. Whoo! See what I do for you guys? Oh, wow. How did I get here? Looks like another bathroom down at this end. Men. Just shelves back here, no toilet. Looks like this was a bathroom and it's been converted at one time. Just shelving. Okay, now let me out of here. Holy moly. Whew. Well, that was exciting. Well, when we started this trip, we started it by stopping at Walmart and getting a blueberry pie from Walmart. Well, I've heard tell that there's a cafe in Denton that has homemade pie. That's where we're going. Well, this is the main thoroughfare of Denton, Montana. There's a grocery store right there. Have to see if they got some milk. Public library, Farmers State Bank. But what we came here for was the Shade Tree Cafe here. And the sign says open, and I've heard they've got those homemade pies, so let's go check it out. Oh yeah, that's the sign I'm looking for. Well, we're starving, so we decided to split a bacon cheeseburger and fries, and we ordered 2 pieces of pie. Okay, that's a slice of rhubarb there, homemade.
Rhubarb crumb.
Rhubarb crumb, and yours is a slice of peach. Yeah, see what they're like. Well, one thing I can tell you is it's not canned rhubarb and it's not canned peaches. These are fresh. Very nice. Hey, I'll finish that for you. Well, the pie was incredible, and the clientele in there was strictly ranchers and farmers from the local area here. Everybody was so nice. It was like a big family atmosphere. It's a rainy, windy day. Yeah. Rain's not coming down right now, so that's good. Just walking through downtown Denton. One time, Linda and I were driving through South Dakota and stopped at a tourist information place, and I says, "What's there to do in South Dakota?" And the gal behind the counter says, "Well, there's the Purple Pie House." What was the name of the town that was in? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Don't remember the name of the Purple Pie House, but it was kind of in southwest South Dakota. We drove 150 miles out of our way to go there.
And you can't miss it because it is purple.
That's right, and they do have incredible pie. There's nothing more fun than a small town parade on the 4th of July. What'd you say, Linda?
They still have their snow shovel handy.
Well, snow season ain't over yet. It's not July.
Yeah, this is Montana.
Well, the idea now is to leave Denton and head for the ghost town of Kendall, Montana. So stick around for that. I just couldn't pass this place up. Sorry the lighting's not better, but how cool is that? There's a lot of old homesteads in Montana just like this one. Most of them were hit with a triple whammy. See if I can remember them all. There was the Depression, there was severe drought, and there was locusts. And they went from one to the next, and the third one, whichever the third one was, it just did them in. And people just abandoned their farms en masse. That's why there's so many of these kind of places in Montana. Just imagine that once upon a time, a family lived here. Well, one thing we found out is that the Kendall mine is still in operation. This is just a small part of it right here. And their offices are down on this side, and look at the view. Boy, what a beautiful place.
So there's a general store, Kendall. This mining town was named after Harry Kendall, who moved here in 1899. He had a method of extracting gold using cyanide, which was quite successful at the time. So he opened a plant that would do that here, and then the people followed. So at its heyday in 1901, there was about 200 people here. See the gazebo over there? That's probably where they all gathered on a Sunday afternoon, maybe, at picnics. During its heyday, this valley was filled with 2 hotels, 5 saloons, 2 livery stables, 3 stores, a restaurant, a brothel, an assay office, and a butcher shop. It was a bustling place. In 1908, some buildings burned down in the business district, which is where I think I'm standing. And after that, the gold kind of diminished coming out of here. So people started moving away, and it eventually turned into a ghost town. Over there you see the ruins of probably once a stately building. When people left, they hauled their houses out to the neighboring farming communities. And the buildings that had stone foundations and lumber, they dismantled the lumber and used that in their new places. Can you imagine? This valley was full of people, businesses, families, and now it's just a ghost town. There's a mine up there. You can see it on the hillside. They're still doing mining up there, I guess. Okay, this was a huge place. Wonder what it was. And then through the shrubbery, you can see the gazebo. Across the street, there's another foundation that would have been another business. So let's continue down the road. Let's see what that sign says. Kendall Bandstand. Sign says here that almost nightly during summer, the Kendall Band played from the bandstand, flooding the entire gulch and town site with sound and providing the townspeople with their only form of music. If you want to know more about this ghost town, just look up Kendall Ghost Town in Montana. That big rock over there is what they used in their hard rock drilling contest. Says the mine operated every day of the year except for 3 days. During those 3 days, they would have celebrations and festivals and contests. They were closed on Miners' Union Day on June 13th, the 4th of July, and Labor Day. Boy, those guys worked hard. There's those pukas from the drilling, or the holes. Hard rock drilling. Nowadays, I guess the local Boy Scout troop takes care of what they can here.
Of course, the purpose for drilling those holes was to insert sticks of dynamite to blow the rock up. That's why they did that. Well, it's quiet here now, and the picnic tables are rotting away. But I can imagine one time there was bowls of potato salad, hot dogs, pumpkin pie, a lot of children running around laughing and playing, and the parents getting an afternoon off.
Alrighty, hard to tell what this was, but luckily for me, there are reader boards. So this used to be the Kendall Bank building, a 2-story stone structure with 15 office rooms on the 2nd floor. It was built in 1902 at a cost of $10,000. A sandstone quarry south of Kendall provided the building material initially. Here's a photo on the reader board. Let me see if I can get it on here. What the building and the buildings next to it used to be. In 1911, they just closed down and moved out.
I guess I'm standing in the basement of the bank. The main floor level would have been right across here, and that would have been the vault. Pretty substantially built. Place to store the gold ore. That's kind of what it looks like in the bottom of the vault. Don't know what they would have stored down here. And then you're going to get a look at the top of the vault because I can't see up in here. That pole in the middle, I just noticed it used to go all the way up through the roof. See the square hole in the roof? I wonder what that was all about. Huh. And then you can see that the bank was, I don't know, with the basement, looked like it was 3 stories in total, 2 stories above ground. And the wood that you see up in there, that I think is furring strips for putting wall on, you know, maybe a wooden wall or something.
But they said there was 15 offices on the 2nd floor. 15 really? Offices, yeah. Look, the cattle all came and left the deposit. That's a naughty cow.
Well, it is a bank, so the cattle left their deposit, right?
Okay, what we're looking at is the ruins of the Scotch Presbyterian church. On the hillside back there in the trees was the parsonage. And it was the first church to be, or the first stone church to be finished and built in Kendall. There was a controversy, though, with the opera house that just opened up, because every Sunday the opera house would show the movies, and the resident pastor at the time strenuously objected, claiming these new movie pictures were, quote, a detriment to the character of young boys and girls. Eventually, the opera house changed the time for showing the new movies, but not before the entire community became embroiled in the controversy.
Boy, if that pastor was alive today, he'd be utterly shocked. Those were silent movies, by the way.
Yeah. That could have been.
Well, they were bad for their time. When it started out here in 1899, there was about 200 people that showed up right away. And then during its heyday, the population here rose to about 1,500 people. Life is good as long as the work lasts. But the typical thing with gold mines and silver mines is pretty soon it kind of peters out and you got to go look for work somewhere else. They still get together and do things here, and it might be the Boy Scouts that do this. They take care of this place. And then over here was the Scottish Presbyterian Church. I don't know if this was the first stone structure completed or the first stone church completed. The wall was straight on this side, and then it came out over there and then down, because the church is actually about 40 feet wide inside. Let's go through the door, through the entrance here. And over to the right, you can see the broken, crumbling wall over here. This is about 40 feet wide, and looks like it's about 60 feet long. And at least half of the church was two-story. Oh, this would have been the main room that we're standing in here was probably two-story. Can you imagine the stained glass windows it probably had? I see evidence of floor beams there. So that was a separate floor above. And then there was a ceiling down here above these windows. And back to the front door, little alcove there, probably for offering tray or maybe holy water or something like that. I don't know how the Scottish Presbyterians work. All built from sandstone. Don't know what was here. Maybe this was the wall. Oh, this is probably the wall that fell down from this side and caved in. Now, Linda mentioned that the parsonage was located next to the church, and up above here I see this is a lot closer than it looks with this wide angle lens, but there's two plateaus here, so that would have probably been the house right there. And this big ponderosa pine would have been here. Maybe not as big, of course, but what a beautiful place to live. We were going to camp in the mountains up above here because there's BLM land up there, but when we got up there, there was no place to pull off the road at all, and it was just a little two-track. We towed our trailer all the way up there and then all the way back down because there was no place to camp. So we'll go find someplace now. It may not be fancy, but we'll find someplace. Well, we didn't end up too bad. We're in the beautiful little town of Winefred, Montana. It's a little farm town. But they have this really nice park. I can't show it to you from where we're standing, but it's called Pioneer Park. And according to freecampsites.net, you're allowed to stay here overnight. And there is a there's a toilet facility right here, and there's horseshoes and what do you call that, frisbee golf? Looks like a really nice restaurant in town with a lot of bikers out front. So that usually means it's a good steakhouse, and it did say steakhouse on it. Tavern across the street, decent little grocery store, clean little town. Anyways, you guys, thanks for coming along, and hope you enjoyed today's tour of the Kendall ghost town, and and the pie place in Denton, Montana. Yeah, we're still in search of pie. It's our serious undertaking that we intend to do our best at.
Yes.
Pies. Yeah. Anyways, thanks you guys for coming along, and we'll see you around.